Do you ever feel stuck? Do you ever feel like your tinnitus is not reducing in volume? Do you feel like it's stayed the same for so long and it's not getting better? Or you may even feel like it's getting worse, it's increasing in volume. I kind of feel stuck right now. I know I've talked a little bit about it before, but I feel like over maybe the past month or so, the tinnitus is just not moving. It's kind of hovering in the same place. I feel like I'm plateauing, like the downward trajectory has just stopped. And the thought of it remaining at this place where it is now does not sit well with me because I'm definitely not where I want to be. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about feeling stuck and what some of the things that I've been doing are to unstick myself. Before I get into some of the things that I've been doing to change my routine, I also have been having days in the past where my tinnitus could be at a 3 out of 10. And those are the days that I would call good days. And those good days were like a buffer in between all the other sucky days. It would give me a break. It would give me relief from the days that were really hard. And in that day that was such a good day, I could kind of regather myself and pull out the strength that I needed to get through the days that were not so good. So those good days, I also feel have not been around. So the combination of my good days not really being around and then feeling stuck has not really been a great place to be over the past month. And I've allowed myself to sink into that a little bit. And I think that now I'm kind of ready to stop wallowing in it and to get on with it and figure out what I can do to get out of this place and to move forward so that I can continue to habituate and that my tinnitus can continue to reduce in volume. In the past, when I've had this kind of stuck feeling, because I have had it before, but usually after a couple, like 2 or 3 weeks, it kind of returns to that downward trajectory and comes down a notch. So I've been in this stuck place before once or twice. In the past, what I've done is I've tried to change my sound therapy so that I'm listening to something different. I would, go back to my journaling. I would go back to my bedtime routine. I would go back to the things in the very, very beginning that I did when the tinnitus first started, trying to kind of reboot my system. And it's not that I don't incorporate those things into my daily routine, but like everything else, sometimes you fall in and out of routines and you don't have time, or you just don't do the same things every single day. So even though I do have a pretty good routine that I follow, there are sometimes days or weeks where I just don't get into the things that I'm supposed to. And reminding myself to get back to them will always kind of move that needle downward a little bit. But this time, even going back to those things doesn't really seem to be helping. I started thinking about what I could do differently. I had a conversation with my audiologist. Shout out to Ramsey, love you so much. And she gave me some really good food for thought. In addition to changing up my normal routine or going back to the things that I know to be good and to be true and to be helpful, why not add some things to that routine? Because even though routine is good and it reminds you to do things, sometimes, especially with tinnitus, A routine could be not bad, but if your brain gets used to it, then it knows what to expect. It knows what you're going to do next. And when we're working towards habituation, we always want to keep our brain guessing. We always want to keep our brain engaged and to keep our brain on its toes. So maybe even within that routine, changing up some things and doing something different. The last couple of weeks after my conversation with Ramsey, I decided to try to change up some things that I've been doing. I tend to do things at the same time every day. So I'm kind of mixing things up a little bit and adding some things in that I wasn't doing before. I still do my morning meditation. I'm walking at a different time than I normally do. And I added in a 28-day Pilates challenge. It's only 15 to 20 minutes. I am not an exercise type of person, but there has to be something else in my routine that I can throw in there just to switch things up. And for me, 15-20 minutes is a perfect amount of time. So I started doing this Pilates challenge, which is something completely new for me. I started changing the sound therapy that I'm listening to. I changed up some of the meditation that I listen to before bed. I'm just trying to do the same things in a different way so that my brain is not anticipating my next move. I also started going back to grounding, which I haven't done in a while. I walk outside every evening after dinner, bare feet in the grass, trying to connect to nature while I'm watering my plants and my lawn outside. It's something really simple, but really effective. It's like another form of meditation. And the biggest thing that I've changed over the last couple of weeks is the days where my tinnitus is really intrusive. Normally, those are the days where I kind of retreat. I stay home. I really don't feel like doing much. And now I've done exactly the opposite. The days that it's really bad, those are the days that I'm choosing to go out and to try to do something active, something that I really have to engage in, something that I have to concentrate on so that I can tell my brain that I'm okay, even though this is happening. My tinnitus might be really bad, but I'm still going to get up and get out and go do something and not sink in to that feeling, because it is really easy to want to sink in when the tinnitus is not cooperating. Changing up my routine has felt really good. And I feel like, more importantly, it's reignited a fire in me that had gone out a little bit. The embers were still there, but the fire was going out, and I feel like it's coming back now. So I guess I just want to say to you guys that I know how you feel. I know how it feels, but we know that we can conquer this. Tinnitus is a beast, but so am I.